So here's the pond. It's looking down toward Dick's. Can't really see much. This is straight across the road from the house. And then that's looking the other way down toward the creek. And there's the road, and it's all mowed here where the camp used to be. I'm just about to make the bend here around the pond to get on the path. And there's corn there growing in that field. Looks pretty nice. So this is where the path starts. The mowing is stopped here, and then it's just where the tractor goes through. Pond's on the right. There's a close up of the corn. Oh, that looks good. Here's an apple tree. I think we used to eat these apples. There's a lot of them on there. There's also a lot on the ground. See the pond a little bit here. I'm only not even halfway around it yet. A lot of lilies there. There's a little bit. I'm starting almost to go around the bend, the far end of the pond, and there's a little clearing here, and you can see straight across. So there's a nice tree that's bent, broken off over there. This is the bend around the far end of the pond, starting to go around the far end, and then up ahead there looks like there's a little opening. This is the far end of the pond, and the road is cutting through here now, going down toward the creek. And there's a lot more corn, and here is the back of the pond, and there's a huge pile of limbs and whatnot. Trees, broken off trees, I guess. And then that's where I just came from. So heading down going down the path here toward. There's my little friend, just looking at me. Now I've come to that place where this part over here was always like kind of a wet thing, as far as I remember. And then straight ahead is the creek. More corn on the right, and all the way back on the other side, going back down the other side of the pond. And that's a tractor path on the right hand of that whole field I just walked past. That's where the deer just was. So this is that wet area to the left that I was just talking about. You can see there's water in there. It's like a whole other little pond, kind of. Seems like sometimes it used to dry up, but maybe not. Almost at the last field that borders the creek, and then over here is that wet area. You can see it better here because it's clearer here. It's pretty big. Goes all the way over there, all the way down there, And then on this side, there's another one. This might be where that like inlet is, or whatever you would call it. That comes right from the creek. I think that's what it is. That's good, looking in the direction of the creek. So I've reached the point of the furthest right-hand point of that cornfield. The creek is here in front of me. You can barely see it there. It's just nothing over here. It's all overgrown. And that's where I just came from. You can see I just came from there. There's a couple of trees hanging precariously over the path there. And now I'm going to wend my way down to where the beach used to be. So I can just see the creek here. This is the first time I can actually see it. There's a boat there. I don't know if you can see it. There we are. They're fishing, I guess. I'm not to the part where the beach was yet. I don't know what this is, but here's the cornfield. And you can see here, it's like corn stalks laid down in a path, and then it goes down this hole. Right to the beach, right to the creek. You can see down there. I don't know what would have done that. Interesting. Here's another one. Goes right over the bank. Down to the creek. A bunch of corn in the water too. Proverbial tree hanging over, crashed into the water. That apparently has been there for 50 years. Or something like that. I'm guessing it's a new tree every year. Or every few years. Here's a third little run down to the water. Looks pretty shallow there. Again, in the direction of Collins's. Those are houses on Haskins Road across the creek. And then this is where I just came from. It's loaded with Queen Anne's lace and there's a bunch of milkweed pods here. And then I'm almost at the part that goes down to the beach. And there's the tree. Is the remains of a fish just in the path here. I think it's a fish. Actually, I don't know what it is because I see feathers. Oof. Well, whatever it is, it's dead. Is approaching the little hill that goes down to the beach. Over here we have a tree that has recently been sawed and put over here apparently. And there appear to be two paths now. There's this one right in front here of me, which looks more overgrown. And then there's this one. Which looks a little more inviting. So two roads diverged in a yellow wood. The roads converged. The one on the right is the old one, It has those tall reedy things. These things here. No idea what they are. But they're everywhere, as you can see. And then the other one is more of a, looks more used and it's more grassy. There the growth on the side, so the creek is behind all of this, the other side of this. I mean, it's all grown in, filled in, except for where the path is. Well, that's the woods part, but as far as I recall, this used to all be clear. The clearing. Again, to the right is all stuff that's grown up, and the creek's on the other side of it. You can just see the water over there. And then this is the path that I just came down and around. Hole. I have no idea what this is all about. Sure, it has a purpose. Some actual sand here. This is just on the edge. I don't know how far back it goes, but you know, the creek is back there. So all we have to do is come down and clear all this out and we'll be all set. Okay, you start. There's this little side path. I was heading back on the path to the cornfield, and there's this little side path that comes right down to the water. So this is just before the bend. You can see the bend over there going around. So we used to swim around the bend there. That's the campground across the way. Well, it's Haskins Road actually, I guess. Yeah. But anywho, you can see the creek good from here. And it doesn't look that deep, at least not right here. And you can see the bottom there. I don't know how quickly it drops down. Looks like it might be pretty quickly, actually. Hard to tell. So, sun is setting. And a beautiful day on Fish Creek. Back where the corn starts. And the moon is out. Almost full. Not quite, it looks like.